Good morning. Just a little update on things today. Let's see, this marigold I had transplanted from yonder, and that shock made it weak, and looks like the slugs have gotten to it. Weak plants get eaten. These have been here, volunteers, and they've been undisturbed. I have been collecting the bolting tatsoi and eating them. So I have amaranth that's said to be a summer spinach that I'm gonna plug in as I clean up the tatsoi. But I will be leaving one to flower because I want to collect seeds. I already left a bok choy in another bed. Also the spinach, one of the spinaches, I'll leave a flower seed, but the other ones will be eaten, except for the red Malabar, because that is a summer spinach. So that will be fine, and that will vine up. And Swiss chard is a summer green, so that will also be fine. Oh, looks like we had some digging action back there. Wonderful. And we've had some nice rain recently, some warming up, but it's cooled down a little bit now. But the beets that have managed to survive are sticking around. And of course, the influx of weeds. I plugged in some more cucamelons because I have so many up here, and they'll grow up the vine as well. And a few carrots that have come up, I'll leave those alone. Pots of carrots and beets haven't done anything, although one has been dug up a little bit and disturbed. There's some new growth, coming on with the butternuts, so they are doing well. I plugged in more acorn squash in the center, and then I dotted on 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, what is it? Oh, something got dug up over here. Oh, no. I think these were all, well, this seems like not something I would have buried, because there's a whole lot more than I put in. They're all done, whatever this was. There's a lot of seeds. I wonder what this is. Okay, I don't know what seed was here. I thought I put an acorn squash, but I didn't put in this many acorn squash. So I don't know what that is. But I also dotted some loofah over here. I'll plug in more beans. I have 2 beans over there, 2 more beans here. Acorn squash in the middle, and then on the corners are edamames. And then I plugged in the cucumber. You can see one right there has gotten eaten. And then following day I plugged in 3 more. And this one was, chopped on. I'm going to plug in more seeds in the corner there in a little bit. And then been eating up some of these early peas, and those peas are finally flowering. And the beans I put in here have not been eaten, and they're growing. And let's see, I'm waiting on a few more seeds. Doesn't look too good on these seeds. Oh, there's one. What is that? Finally coming up, a loofah. Loofah take a while. Oh, an acorn squash. That's good. This one is an edamame. Alright, so it took a while. And this one's very damaged already. I don't know if that's gonna make it. But there's some more beans that should have come up already, and they haven't. So I'm pretty sure those are not gonna come up. So that's why I'll be plugging in seeds directly. Ooh, looky, my first tomato flower. This was a purchased plant, so I'm guessing they started this indoors a lot earlier than mine were. Here's another flower. This was also from a purchased plant. So those are flowering earlier, for sure. I don't see that kind of activity on my tomatoes. Oh, I lied. This is one of my earlier tomatoes also. So this is a mystery one. So some flowers coming in on that. Very good. And over here, I'm getting very leggy potatoes for some reason. And this was from saved seed of some fingerlings. Yeah, I need to maybe roll up the bag and stuff some straw in there because they're causing a lot of shade for the lower potatoes. We don't want that. And the ones on this side, these are doing well. They're not getting shaded out, so looks like great production on this side. I squashed the beetle earlier. There's remnants of it. It was really pretty too. Now you can't see that. But look at the mess it's making of my pepper. This is a poblano. But luckily its friend next door is just fine. So there is something to be said about, sacrificial plants. Some minor damage on the others, but otherwise they're good. The okra also looking pretty good. Now these potatoes, this was the Adirondack Blue, and only 3, and these 2 haven't come up yet, or I buried them more. They're just coming up. There's 2 here, but I think the majority of the ones that I had cut and I had let them, scab over for several days, but they were demolished. Slugs, worms, whatever it was, they got eaten. And so I put in some kale into the spaces that were blocked. This one got dug up, of course, so I'll fix that in a little while. The russets are perfect. I didn't cut those up. I think I got a couple more Adirondack Blue on this bed. That's fine, but some of the chieftain, I believe those were also cut up. Did not make it over there. Now this was from saved seeds, so I'm not sure anymore what variety. But look at the beautiful flower there. So this is coming up very nice and strong. I should probably hill them some more. Most of the sweet potatoes are still here, but quite a bit got taken out. And this was the purchased sweet potato that didn't have much of a root system to speak of. So I lost quite a bit of those, which is a bummer. I mean, you pay good price and you don't get all the plants, but there's enough left. But yeah, the ones I put in with the healthier roots are pretty much still all here. Now Robbie from South California is my inspiration for this makeshift fountain. This was bought, all of these pieces were bought at one of those estate sales. And so this one's the reservoir. It's very important to me because I don't like filling these up every day because they do evaporate quickly. And then this pot has a hole at the bottom. And then this pot, luckily enough, has a hole at the bottom. And the sides, I was able to feed through the cable instead of crimping it, somewhere else. So that was fantastic. I do think, well, it's going to probably stay this way for the season, but I would like to get it painted. Maybe, green or something just to blend it in better. But I love, 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 love my water fountains. And this lantana, I just love the coloration that comes through. It's like reddish, salmon, pink, orange, yellow. It's just so many colors. Like it starts off pinkish purple and turns yellow orange at the end. Just fantastic. And it blooms all year. I mean, if it was indoors, it'd probably bloom all year. And then, I see flowers are starting to come through on some of the marigold. Speaking of, sunflowers are up. It's very exciting. This is the last batch from the plant sale that didn't get sold. I was going to top them, but I'm just waiting for the deer to do it for me because that's what they do. And then this was ones that I had soaked for 24 hours and then threw in the ground, and they are mostly all up. It's a really good success rate, and I have a nice mishmash of big and littles. And then the ones that I just planted the other day are definitely emerging. I kind of, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But I saw where a bird mistook, one of these seed heads for food and pulled out the whole plant. So I don't like that. But I don't think I can do much. They're still on there pretty good. But yeah, very nice rate of growth with the sunflowers. It's a little more sparse at the end here. I know I didn't have as many seeds here. But also, since I didn't have any more seeds for the rest of the line that I had made, I threw in popcorn seeds, and I threw them heavily, and those have all popped up. Fantastic. Even where they were run over by an ATV. Well, this one was particularly disturbed, but there's plenty here. I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of beautiful pokey green things that will be a nice sight here in a few months. Alright, that's all. One of these days we will give you a tour of some of the fruiting and shrubbing plants we also have. Some in their third year, some only on their second. But till then,